Hello everybody and welcome to Noosa Nudist Retreat. So I am here for the next couple of days and I thought I would show you around this little slice of paradise. So Noosa Nudist Retreat caters to singles, couples and groups, and what really sets this nudist retreat apart is that it also caters to those who may be looking to explore and embrace their sensuality. So this has become quite a controversial place in the eyes of some of those within the nudist community. So I am excited to show you around this place firsthand and to give you a little glimpse of a really beautiful little piece of paradise. So follow me and let's go and check it out. The retreat are that it has 6 bedrooms. It also has the pool area, which we're going to check out shortly. There's the games room and some other little bits and pieces like the rock cave, and it also has a BDSM room. So the retreat also runs more like a B&B style retreat. So good morning from Noosa Nudist Retreat. I am leaving this morning after spending 2 nights here, but before I go I am going to be interviewing Rainer, who is the owner of this retreat. So he is a pretty controversial and polarizing figure within the nudist community here, I suppose because of the nature of what he facilitates here at his nudist retreat, also catering to swingers and people wanting to explore and embrace the more sexual side of things. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing him and getting his side of the story, and getting his views on why he does what he does and how he feels that it benefits those who come here to stay. So I'll share that interview with you all shortly, and thank you so much for staying open-minded and curious. Hello everybody. Today I am joined by Rainer Muckenberger, the owner of the controversial nudist retreat, Noosa Nudist Retreat. So I first met Rainer when I visited his retreat all the way back at the beginning of 2016, and it was actually that very visit that inspired some of the beginnings of my blog as we know it today, the Nude Blogger. So Rainer actually started this retreat back in 2016 when it was originally a bed and breakfast for textiles, and it officially became a nudist resort or retreat in 2010. So Rainer has become a very polarizing figure within the nudist community just due to the fact that his retreat also caters to the more sexual side of things. So Rainer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I would love for you to tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you got into the nudist lifestyle.
Okay. Well, it's very short and quick. When I was 16 years of age, Bermuda short stretch material was in fashion, and so I went in Yugoslavia to the beach, but it was wet around your body, all dye, and I got a bladder infection. I went to the doctor. The doctor said to me, "You German, why don't you go to FKK, which stands for Nudist Retreat, Free Corpus Cultura." And so I met a couple of Italians. They gave me a lift to Rovinj, which is on a ferry you go on the half island, old rock beach of course, in Yugoslavia, now Croatia. And so they got undressed, I got undressed, and I was 16. First time 400 or 500 nudists in front of me, or to the left to me actually, and I got a bit excited, so I didn't know what to do in the beginning. But then I looked where the people jump in the water, so I put my towel over it, you know what's it, and I walked briskly to the water, dropped my towel, jumped in. After 10 minutes swimming, I got out, and basically I disconnected my brain from down under, and I never had this problem again. But what I realized is the most friendly people, the most clean people, the most respectful people, and there you're all the same. It doesn't matter whether you're a millionaire or whether you're a pauper. We just are naked. I don't have gold jewelries hanging around, you know. I was in Capri Island, which is a very rich people island, and if you haven't got something really rich on you, whether it's a Gucci handbag or a chain or rings, you know, you're nobody. A cup of coffee cost $12 at that time, you know, where you can get one for $1 somewhere else. So there is a class distinction, where in nudism you don't have a class distinction. We're all the same, and we respect each other's bodies. So, and if you can respect your own, I respect my body, I'm happy within my body, no matter what size you are. If you respect your own body, no matter what it is, if you don't, well then change it. That's up to you.
Okay. And so you mentioned to me earlier that you started your retreat in 2006, but it was originally catered to textiles. So what made you decide to move from doing a B&B for textiles to then progressing to B&B for nudists?
Well, I don't want to wrap into the politics, but I was in Noosa at one stage. I was a member of the Noosa Tourism, and really it was a bit dissatisfactory, because they said, well, you live in the hinterland, we are difficulty to put people into Hastings Street, very difficult to get guests into the hinterland. I'm not hinterland, I'm 10 minutes away from everything you possibly can imagine, including your money market, golf courses, etc. So when I heard that there was their comment about somebody wanted to do a topless thing on a Tuesday evening, and then the council and the tourist association said, we don't want to have anything lewd, we are a family orientated area. So I said, well, if this is the thought of people, because major cities all are family orientated, but they have adult facilities, whether it's entertainment, whether it's nudity, whether it's BDSM, whatever it is, there are always some places available for people who want to do something a little bit different. So then I decided for my bed and breakfast, if these people have a problem with this club in Hastings Street, upstairs to the left and to the left again, a friend of mine then said to me, Rainer, you're running around naked all the time when you're here on your own. Why don't you make a nudist retreat? 24 hours later, I rang up my computer man. I said, we are now a nudist retreat, just change all titles, blah, blah, blah. And it was a nudist retreat.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Noosa Nudist Retreat and what it's all about. Like, what is the intention of this place? What is Noosa Nudist Retreat about?
Okay. When, again, as I started telling you that I started off in Yugoslavia, one of the points also was that when you are a naturist, besides respecting yourself and other people as they are, the good thing is you jump in the water, you get out, you can't get sick because you go tap, 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 and you're dry again. So you can't get bladder infection or any other stuff. Now that's also a major reason for me. Also, what I said before, the health and wellness is very important. So when people come to my place, number one, I am a naturist retreat. Okay, so everybody who comes to my place, I tell him, if there is on the Bali hut or in the cave or even in the property, if you want to experiment anything in particular on a sexual basis, please let me know so I can warn other people. There might be some interest in experimenting something with their girlfriend, with their missus, and so on. And then if somebody is there, every customer who comes in, I ask them, if you have any issue, any complaint, any problem whatsoever, I want to know it in 10 seconds. They're laughing, but I really mean it, not 10 minutes. So if there is some activity, say in the Bali hut or in the cave, which is open to everybody publicly, unless you hire it and we lock it up, if there is any issue like that, you come straight away to me. And I say, look, Bill and Susie, can you please go to your room, or can you go there, or book the bondage room, or whatever. So I am a facilitator. This has got nothing to do with a swingers party place. It's just simply that there are many couples, they also got their issues with their sex life. And when we have dinner and we talk about, and I am not shy to actually squeeze out of the people what is their issues personally, and a lot of people, they open up, and then I suggest certain things, you know, what I told you yesterday about the Jewish rabbi, how to rejuvenate your sex life, etc. That is a thing which I am proud of, trying to help people, not just healthy food, not just healthy behavior, but also a healthy sex life. And 85%, in my opinion, 85% of people as such, textile or non-textile, they have a thought, they have a kink, they have a wish to experience something a little bit different than just this one-on-one. And the ones who do this one-on-one monogamy, and so good luck to them, you know, this is very important too. But a lot of people, they get bored, and how many people, how many couples I have met where their sex life is being destroyed by they're giving computers to their children, they get drunk on Friday and Saturday, they hunt the money from Monday to Friday, and then what is left over is not as exciting. And when you do a tantric workshop, I've done a few tantric seminars where you learn why is a woman the way a woman is from little girl, where she been taught when you play with the mushi, this is naughty, or the boy, he having maybe a quick wank because he doesn't want to be seen. So he's into that quickie thing when he grows up. And the girl thinks, oh well, this mushi is dirty because my mother told me so. Of course you grow up and you lose this a bit, but subconsciously it's still there. And that is part of the problem. And if you start talking about it and working around it, that a woman is more happy if a man gives the woman a proper orgasm and have fun actually having sex, and then the woman also got to look after the man. But a lot of women even don't know how to please a man, or vice versa. So when you talk about stuff like this, oh, it's all taboo, it's you know, you can't talk about it as a nudist. Why? Naturism and textile people are exactly the same when it comes to sex. The only difference is, I think we are getting more open about that subject, because once you're already in your birthday uniform, then I think you are freer, you're more honest. You're honest to other people, you're honest to yourself, and you respect yourself.
Okay, so when people come here to stay, should they expect to see people just having sex anywhere and everywhere?
Definitely not.
No. Okay. Because I think people would wonder that, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you attract people from, you know, the swinging scene, and I'm sure people would wonder whether they just walk in and are there going to be people having sex. But
the difference,
no. I mean, I haven't experienced that.
No,
even being
obviously
here.
not.
I'm just going to read this question from my phone.
Okay.
Okay, so due to the nature of your retreat, some may say that you're not a genuine nudist and that you use it as a segue or excuse to have adult sex parties, and that this only further taints the reputation of the nudist lifestyle. So do you consider yourself an authentic nudist? And if so, what does being a nudist really mean to you?
Okay. What a real nudist is, I already explained. We have
yes,
self-respect, etc., etc.
Yep.
We don't have to hammer that one.
Okay, so for those who question if you're an authentic nudist, because there are people within the community that question your intentions about naming this a nudist retreat. So how do you respond to that?
The simple answer is yes, I am 100% naturist. When there are parties, people ring me up and said, is there any party? If you come with 3 couples, I would reply, then you can make your own party. So I'm not a swingers party place or a bondage place. You come with your people you want to have fun with. Now, yes, I also got people who book and they say, are there any people who like to play? And I said, look, if I know, I know. If I don't, I don't. If they're customers I know, they played before. Yeah, then I say to them, I can even give you the number if you want to, if it's a similar age group or whatever. If they want to hook up, basically, then it's up to them. It's not that I have 20, 30 people coming here. I don't even want this. And this is what most people appreciate on my place, that I'm a facilitator, not an organizer. You want to come with 3, 4 girls and have some fun in the cave, but do you call it then suddenly a female swinging party? Or do you have other people, you know, come, like I said before, book a hotel room, they're here with 4 or 5 couples, they're having a party, suddenly they get their clothes off and do whatever. The manager wouldn't even know what's going on in a hotel room. I simply must say that anybody who books here, who know that we have this facilitation possibilities, and they ask me, I give them an honest answer. I said, whatever you want to do, you let me know if it's possible, right? Okay. Because I am a facilitator. And I do not adult consenting sex is nothing wrong with it.
That's right. It's consensual.
It's all consensual, and that is, I think, where it matters. Like I said before, you go in a swinger situation. I have been basically forced by people in Sydney and also in Brisbane. They wanted me to have a look at these places, right? Now people sitting around in clothes, and then they talk to somebody, and then suddenly they disappear in a room or open room. Here, everything is natural. And whatever you do, we are already naked, and if people want to book the cave or they want to book the bondage room, then they ask me, they pay for it, and whatever they do in there is just like a hotel room,
Yes.
or it's just like in Cap d'Arc in France, where they actually pay to go to XYZ place and have their erotic fun.
Yes. Okay, so that leads me into, okay, so when someone like myself and many others within the nudist community are really missioning to normalize non-sexual nudity and to destigmatize the nudist lifestyle, can you see how a venue like yours may add to the stigma of nudists are swingers, or, you know, nudists must be having orgies, or that nudity, mere nudity equals sex? So can you see how it might contribute? For those who are not discerning, who haven't done their research, can you see how maybe, you know, it might, I suppose, cause a little bit of friction within the nudist community for those that have been really fighting so hard to remove
Yeah.
that stigma?
The answer is actually very simple. Just look at politics. There's one politician, he says something, 50% of the people, they agree with him, and 50% of the people, they think he's an idiot. Well, if 50% of the people think I'm attracting the swingers, right? That thought is there, yes. I got no problem with it. And the people who really appreciate me, whether they are straight naturist, they do not play. They just want to have a what do you call it, a seamless suntan. Yeah, this is fantastic. But again and again and again, you have to understand that when people have vicious fantasies they cannot do in their own home. They may have a flat, or they have a house where other people can look into it, or they like the excitement of other people actually watching, right? These are all natural things which happen for thousands of years.
All right, so for those wanting only the nudist or naturist experience, how do you ensure here that the lines are not blurred between this and the more sexual side of what you facilitate or cater to? How do you ensure that, you know, if someone books and they just want to have the naturist experience, so not the BDSM,
Yeah.
how do you ensure that the lines are not blurred? If, say, you have guests that just want to enjoy the naturist side of things, but then you have guests that maybe want to play or enjoy that element of things, how do you not blur the lines and ensure that those people that come here and only want to enjoy the naturist or nudist side of things, how do you make sure that those lines are not blurred and those nudists or naturists are not jaded by
Take
the other
yourself, your own example. If that couple in the green room wanted to play, okay? Now, you had absolutely no issue. I haven't had a go at you, I never ever go at any customer, no matter how good looking they are. If they want something from me, they have to ask me. I do not involve myself in anything, right? Nothing, ever. Unless I'm requested, and then it's up to me to say yes or no. Whether they want a massage, when I want to do this or that. This is a negotiation by adults.
Yes.
Now, if this couple want to have and bring in another couple, then I would come straight to you, because I know you are straight naturist, right? You're not a inverted commas player, right? Then I would say to you, look, you know, these people booked the cave today, or they're going over to the swimming pool, or they want to go over to there, excuse me, and they want to have a little bit of fun. All right? So you would know that, okay, I'm cooking dinner for you tonight, and there's people, we're all naked, right? Now, these people don't look different because they maybe afterwards go in the cave and want to play. And does not affect you either. They are not harassing you either to join, because this is not on.
Yes.
They want to do their thing, you want to do your thing,
Yeah.
right? And anybody who is here who doesn't understand that, I throw out. Man, I did have some visitors here, and they were basically, could say, stalking some women when they were lying over there, and then the women moved in the shade over here under the decking, and I see them following and sitting here and staring at them. Well, it was about 10 minutes when I realized it, and I said, pack your gear and go. See, and this does not even happen in Cap Dark, because there's so many people, right? You could get accosted and nobody would know, because there are so many people. Here, I got total control, and I say to every couple, and I said it before, the slightest issue, the slightest complaint, if you feel uneasy that some, now male to female, that some male is sort of accosting you with his eyes, ogling at you, let me know in 10 seconds. Now what's so difficult? Life is absolutely simple if you keep it simple.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think that that's great that you do that, and I think that it's great that you oversee it like that. And you know, I don't know whether that's not, you know, that's not received by people that maybe are judging you or judged other people's lifestyle choices. So thank you for sharing that. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
How do you think the retreat benefits those who come to stay?
Please explain.
So how do you think your retreat benefits those who book to stay here?
It's the freedom, it's the respectfulness, the private. It's private, respectful, discreet, and natural. You have 10,000 square meter of garden. You can walk with your partner, and whatever you do in the garden, that's your beer. But the major thing what I see, people come here, even single men, they come here just to relax. Their brain is full of crap on their work, or they have a problem with their partner, and I see them lying at the lazy chairs, or what you call them, the sun lounges, see there, and they just want to relax. They can put on Google, hey Google, put on the music they like, you know, and relax.
And do you have like a most memorable experience here? Anything that really stands out?
Wow, in 10 years time,
I'm sure there's a lot of fun stuff that
there
happens
is,
here. And
I
there's
would,
a lot
I
of good
would
times.
answer that very simply, because when I'm going away here on the end of next month, I'm writing up to 5 books, and one of them will obviously be part of this scenery here, and then you can read up on that. Most probably there are some nice stories in it. I think the biggest thing for me is having made people happy. You know, you have so many professions, like whether you're a lawyer, a judge, a policeman, they're all making people miserable to make another person win. Here, I'm only here to make people happy, relax, and maybe feel better if you have a good conversation, so that helps them to get over a hurdle. Maybe it is neuro system or physical or both, right? To make people happy is my job. I'm a chef and waiter by trade, and I cook for 1,000 people, I cook for 50 people, and in between everything else. And I grew up in hospitality, and for me it's an honor and a privilege to make people happy through what I have learned.
Great. That's beautiful. And do you have any, I think I kind of know your motto, but if you'd like to share, what motto do you live by?
Number 1, positivity,
Yes.
win-win, and die healthy. Now when people ask me what do you mean by die healthy, most people die of a disease these days, right? Now if you feed yourself properly and you're a healthy body, you can get easily over 100 years. The government doesn't like that, but you can get very, very old if you have your body 100%, because this is your soul is only in rental in this body. But if you don't ignore your car. You put the best oil in your car, but you put shit in your body. That's very sad. Yeah, a lot of people. And sometimes I can help people across. I give them certain ideas what to take. Not everybody is different. You might take your wonderful teas, and I take my Ganoderma, and I'm happy with this, you're happy with that. There's many other people that take similar stuff but different, but they know it benefits their kidney, their liver, their heart, their pancreas, and so on, right? So if you know you look after your body 100%, or you actually aim for it. You never can do 100% because when you go to Woolworths or Coles or whatever, or Aldi, don't forget Aldi, you have processed stuff, you have always something in it, like we talked about rice yesterday. Now, what you should do with rice before you cook it, you know, it's amazing, right? Now, we're not going to get into all this right now, but to live healthy, win-win, positivity, and die healthy.
Great. Okay, well, I think that wraps it up, and yeah, I've been meaning to get back here for years since I first came here, and I've been really looking forward to interviewing you because, you know, I mean, I like to talk about the more taboo things, and I think to get your side of it firsthand, and for people to hear your side of things rather than word of mouth or hearsay or just preconception and judgment.
You just mentioned the word taboo. You know, who creates the word, or who creates the taboos? People from the religious side. If you do this, you go to hell. If you do this, you go to heaven. That doesn't exist. Negative and positive must belong together. So all mono-religions, yes, they are necessary, like political parties. We can't get without them. We get with the 5 mono-religions, we can't get without them. But there's a lot of wrongs in them, right? Doesn't matter which mono-religions there are, right? They're all to a certain extent wrong. And they are actually accelerating the negative, the taboos, which shouldn't be a taboo.
It shouldn't be a taboo, but it is, unfortunately. The reality is it's very taboo for most people that are not so much exposed to this stuff, which is why I want to talk about it, which is why I have my blog, is to normalize these topics and to interview people like you who are, you know, brave enough, candid enough, authentic enough to really share your story. So thank you, Raina. I really appreciate it. I think you're awesome. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Pleasure.
All right,
This
great.
sun is so good.
Oh, it is. I'm sweating. Sweating. Thank you.
You got the sweat
I know, I'm literally
in
dripping.
your belly button.
Thank you. That was great.